Recently, we had a PD with the Learning A through Z company on reading A to Z, and I thought there were some good things in there that maybe teachers would benefit from. And I know not everyone could come to that workshop, so I'm just going to go over a few of these like highlights that I saw and that people said were important to them. So reading A to Z has lots to offer, and as I'm sure you know, you can print leveled reading books for your guided reading groups, and that's how I see most people have been using this site. But a few things were pointed out to me during this webinar. One, that the interface has changed, so if it looks a little different to you, that is okay. They updated their look. So they have everything really comes from this resource tab. So if you go to resources and then go to books, it opens up all of these areas. So some new things that they pointed out, they have a section called paired reading, and it even says new next to it. So if I clicked on paired reading, I can show and filter by grade level, or I can look at all of their paired books that they have. So say I just wanted to look at grade 3. Some pairings are a fiction with a nonfiction on the same Ghosts in the House as the fiction, and then the nonfiction is about Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad. So if you want to see how these two paired together, you would go to the paired books lesson, and it would give you lesson plans on how, when I click on it, I'm using Chrome, so everything downloads in the bottom left corner. I just click on the PDF, and it will show me that here is the lesson plan for these two books and how you compare them together. So key questions are, what risks did people involved in the Underground Railroad take in order to help runaway slaves? So I guess this Ghost in the House maybe would be not about an actual ghost, but maybe it would have something to do with the Underground Railroad as well. So I thought it was pretty cool that they had these books paired together, and that you can use them right away with your class or with your guided lesson group. And like most other books, they do have worksheets that go with it. So as you can see, you have book 1, book 2, so you can discuss both of the books. Now if I went back, I could see also that sometimes there are 2 fiction books paired together. Like all books, I can click on the book and see the book, get any kind of resource for this book, and also project the book onto my whiteboard as well. Speaking about projecting the book onto the whiteboard or the smartboard, she pointed out all of these tools that you can use with the book. You can use a pen and draw on top of the book to highlight. You can use a text marker to type over the book. You can use a framing tool, which I thought was kind of cool, to click and drag it. You can click on the book, and then you could just highlight certain sections of the book if you wanted to hide the rest of the book. So maybe give the students the title of the book without showing them the picture on the cover. Then they could make a prediction about what the book would be about. So I want to get out of this projectable book. And if you didn't even know, most books are projectable, and you would want to use that on your smartboard. So if I wanted to go back to my resources, I can continue looking at paired readings if I wanted to. Or if I went back to resources, something else new she showed us was a genre collection. So if you're only looking for tall tales, you can click on tall tales, and they would list any tall tales that they have. And when you click on it, it would open up just like the other Reading A to Z books with all of the options that it has. It's even showing me that this book is part of a paired reading as well. And if I went back, I can continue looking at genres, but something else that they had pointed out was content area reading. So if you were looking for books only in science, you can filter out books by science. or by any content area that they have listed. And then they have more filtering options. So if you were only looking for books on Earth and space, you could click on that and it would show you a book, a list of all the books that they have based on that content area. Now, if I went back to resources and went to Common Core, I can go to Leveled Book Common Core Lesson Supplements. And when I was in here, I can choose fiction or nonfiction. They also give me a video about how to use this area. And let's just say I wanted to use nonfiction or informational books. So they give me a book, and it gives me, it's not a book, it's just a lesson. So when I click on printable, it's going to open in the bottom corner, and it's going to tell me that if I use this book, this is a Common Core supplemental lesson that I can use with that book. So it's kind of a way to incorporate Common Core into books that they have. There's another way. If I just look for this book, let's see, where'd it go? Okay, if I just looked for all kinds of homes, and I clicked on that book, you'll notice that this is the view you normally see, and then you'll notice under lesson resources, there's your guided reading lesson, and then they also have that Common Core supplement. So if you were looking for a way to supplement the Common Core with this book, here is the answer to that. Also, under Common Core, you'll find some close reading packs. So if you click on close reading packs, you can go by grade level. You can look at the text pack's title, and when you click on it, it's going to give you all of the student resources that you need. These are the student passages. They'll have them by different levels: low level, medium level, and high level. You can project these, or you can print them out to use with the kids. These seemed to be a big hit when we had our PD workshop, so I thought I'd share it with everyone. Also, in the Common Core section, you'll find comprehension skill packs. It's the same thing. You can go by grade level. Say we stay in grade 1 and you want to work on analyzing a character. You would click on the teacher lesson plan or the model passage, and here's a practice passage. So it's a set on how to do analyzing character with first grade class. Also, there was in Common Core visual devices. So these just look like, again, in most every section you go to, there'll be a video by the company, so it might be a little more in-depth than what I'm telling you right now. So if you wanted to teach, grades 2 to 3 about how to use bar graphs or how to read cutaways or flow charts, you can get some examples right in this Reading A to Z resource section as well. There was one other thing I wanted to show you, and I think it may have been in the teacher corner. And if you go to curriculum correlations and go to Common Core standards, you can select your grade level. So say I taught 2nd grade, and find resources now. You can even click on the key topics you're looking for. So if you're looking for text-dependent questions, you can click on that, and it will break down what text-dependent questions are and how Reading A to Z has implemented putting them into their resources. So go back to here. I can find the exact standard that I'm looking for. Sorry. So say I was looking for ELA 2.7. This is the standard, and I can click on any materials related to that standard, and a whole list of books would come up that match or that would go with that standard. So it's just another way to look for resources. And I think that was it. So if I think of anything else, I'll add it to the video. I hope this was helpful. I just thought I would share because there's a lot of new things in reading A to Z that you guys have available to you. So I hope you enjoyed.